Welcome back. In today's session, we'll walk through how to configure Smart Stage Matrix in the system. This is basically a powerful tool that helps to define and track the stages of progress for different activities or transactions happening in the organization. To get started, we've opened the configuration module. Within this module, you can simply search for Smart Stage Matrix, and the system will bring up the relevant application. Once opened, you'll notice that there are already some matrices created in advance. These pre-configured examples demonstrate how organizations can measure progress across different functional areas. For instance, one of the existing matrices is designed for procurement. If we open it, we can see the sequence of stages defined for procurement-related activities. It begins with the purchase request initiation, followed by the purchase request approval, then the request for quotation sent, purchase order released, materials received, inspection completed, serialization done, and finally, materials issued for processing. This structured progression highlights how procurement is not just one activity, but a series of well-defined steps. This makes progress tracking structured and very transparent. Now, let's move on to creating a new Smart Stage Matrix from scratch so that you can see how it works in practice. We'll start by giving our matrix a name. In this case, we'll call it Work Package Standard Matrix, since we intend to measure and monitor the progress of work packages. You can also provide a description, something like stages to measure the progress of work packages. The description is optional, but it is always a good practice to document the purpose of the matrix for future reference. Once the matrix is named, the next step is to define its stages. Let's create the first stage, which we'll call Initiation. We'll assign a progress value of 5%. This stage indicates that as soon as a work package is created and assigned for execution, the system will mark the progress at 5%. You may also add a description here, such as, this stage begins when a work order is assigned and marked as initiated. This makes it easier for other users to understand the exact meaning of each stage. The second stage we'll define is Resource Readiness. Here, we'll set the progress to 10%. This stage reflects that necessary resources, whether manpower, equipment, or materials, have been prepared and are in place for the upcoming execution phase. Moving forward, the third stage is Execution Start, which we'll set at 15%. This marks the point where actual execution begins. After that, we can add another stage, Execution in Progress, at 25%. This shows that the work has moved beyond initiation and is actively advancing. From here, we can continue building additional stages to provide more granular tracking. For example, we may define midway execution at 50%, advanced execution at 75%, and so on, and final execution activities at 80%. You can customize these depending on how you want to measure the flow. Finally, let's add the stage Handover and Closure. This is the last stage, so we'll mark it as 100%. This indicates that the work package is successfully completed, delivered, and closed in the system. So now we have a complete matrix, with 9 stages that take us from initiation all the way to closure. Each stage has its own percentage value, and optionally, its own description, so that anyone viewing this matrix understands exactly what each step represents. The real advantage of setting up such a smart stage matrix is that it is not limited to just one area. Once configured, the matrix can be linked to multiple elements in the system. For example, it can be associate with different task types, apply it to work delivery centers, or connect it directly to work packages. This way, everyone follows the same structured approach to track progress. This not only helps project managers and team members understand where work stands, but also gives leadership a clear picture of organizational progress at any point in time. That's all for now. In the next video, we'll actually see how to link this matrix to different tasks and activities in the system so it can be put into practical use. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next session.